right,
Yes.
so
Kathy.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rose.
We were gonna say Rose. And that was my idea.
I know. Wait. Start my time back. Rose missed my name. Go back to three. Okay, listen. Democrats engage in what I call oppression Olympics. It's all about how oppressed are you. And the more oppressed you are, then the more virtuous you are, right? So Biden says we're going to elect a black woman. Okay, what about a black woman with a limp? What about a black woman with a limp and a lazy eye? Because for Democrats, it's all about how oppressed you are, right? I believe qualifications should trump cosmetics. And I'm saying that as a black woman, right? It should. And one of the qualifications should be, have you read the U.S. Constitution? Do you have respect for the U.S. Constitution, right? And what we saw as a display, yes, I saw her, and yes, I do agree that it was a disservice, right? Because no matter if she was perfect and get into office, we're all gonna have in our mind, you got that position because you're black and because you're a woman, right? America used to be a land of, our motto was, bring us your best and your brightest. Today is all about, bring us somebody who's not white, right? We don't want any white people. The less white you are, then the better. I think that's racist, personally. Again, it should be about qualifications. Because I believe our nation is having a crisis of identity. We're in an identity crisis. Who in the world are we? Democrats have blown past socialism. They're straight up communists. There's an element, not all Democrats. I'm the only out of the closet Republican in my family. Except for my husband. I would have never married him. True story. But the rest of my family on both sides, they're Democrats, and they're wonderful people. And if they voted their values, they too would be a Republican, right? So I'm not speaking about all Democrats, but there is a very radicalized left within the Democrat Party, and we need to be very real about that. And as a result, our nation is in a crisis of identity. Who are we? Do we have borders? Are we a sovereign nation? Can we? I literally got emotional. And if you understand my story of how I was conceived, you understand why. Of people, we're now talking about post-abortion, after the child has been born. Who in the world are we? Not only does Ms. Jackson know that she's a woman, Biden knows she's a woman, and not a woman subjectively, because he picked a woman who is a woman objectively, right? They know the truth, we know the truth. We just got to get a backbone, get some courage, muster it up, and start speaking it. Our values are the better values. We just have to start speaking it out loud.